I'm here in front of you to share a story that happened more than 525,600 minutes ago. To start off with the story, let me give you a background of this project that happened or that was conceived in 2009. And this project was conceived among former National Computer Center employees, and they had a reunion in Sydney, Australia. And one of the lead coordinators of this project invited their former boss, and who happened to be the founder of the NCC, and who is now the current mayor of the lovely island of Lubang. Now, this mayor said, okay, I am going to attend that reunion if you will help me with the project I have in mind for Lubang. So this group, the former employee said, okay, so what is it that you want? Well, I would like to have the kids of Lubang to be digitally literate and globally competitive. How is that going to happen? You're not just going to donate computers or laptops. I want something sustainable. I want an education program that is geared towards 21st century learning. So this person decided to tap a dynamic team from the grassroots who have this, or this team who has this mission and vision of creating meaningful learning experiences that would bring through technology-based learning activities and innovations to children, classrooms, and community. So let me give you, or let me recount the most, of course, the most fortunate events that happened more than 525,600 minutes ago. And it started with a kickoff in November 2009. There was a kickoff at the town plaza over there to find out, and these Lubangeños, they're called Lubangeños. There are about 500 Lubangeños, or there were about fishermen, farmers, and teachers, of course, and other professionals who were present to find out what the project was about, how it could make big difference in the life of the children of Lubang. So the laptops were passed around, and they tried their hands on that particular green thing, laptop over there, and they're very excited about the project. The team went to the school. That LIS is the Lubang Integrated School, and once again, it's like the team was greeted by a group of students, again with a marching band, and the team met with the teachers, the educators over there, and they were so, again, excited, and they're trying to find out what is going to happen in the next, how many months, 8 months or 9 months. And of course, the session ended with a photo shoot. So the first task that was presented to the educators was to fill out a survey that would help the team gather relevant data or baseline information about their teaching methodologies, about their technology proficiency level, and their level of openness to innovations and other new learning activities on the laptop. So come December, 4 champion teachers were selected from that survey, okay, from the information. And if I remember right, one of the questions that was asked to the teacher was that, do you believe that you are the ultimate source of knowledge? So when the team saw that the answer is already yes, we did not go into the other questions anymore, and we took that aside, because you know very well that now the teachers are not the ultimate source of knowledge. So 4 champion teachers were selected, and the team decided that, and the DepEd as well concurred, that the pilot class would be on the 4th grade, would be the 4th grade level students from Lubang Integrated School and Maligaya Elementary School. From December, from that month to March, the team continued with online meetings. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you that this team, the eKindling, they didn't know anyone except through online. They didn't meet face-to-face except through online activities, through Facebook, through Gmail, until finally the project was assembled. Okay, so they started planning for the next steps. Then in April, come April, there was a training for the champion team. The champion team composed of the teachers, the 4 teachers who will be involved in the project. 4 kids, we call them the Kid Tech Squad team. And how did we choose the kids? They were chosen according not only to their performance, academic performance, but also to their willingness according to their willingness to help their peers. Okay, because that was very important for us. We didn't want the kids to be, you know, the elite type of person thinking that I'm the only one who's good at this. So there, you'd see the kids, and they had their training in April, day 1. That was the first day of the training. They were given an overview of how the laptops can be used, the learning activities, and the teachers were also given the training on teaching methodologies and 21st century learning as well. The training was focused more on the learning activities that are built into the laptop. As you can see, the teachers also were very excited about it, and they started asking, so how are we going to grade the activities of the kids? So they were given training on this learning management system. Now, during those light moments, if you can see, while the teachers are being briefed on the type of activities that they could use for their lessons, some of the kids during their light moments were having fun. Okay, and there were a lot of peer teaching also involved during the training. Okay, now for the last 2 days, days 6 and 7, this is the final, the last 2 days. The training culminated with a simulation of the training. The learning activities were implemented in the lessons. So the 4 teachers, they represented they are just like the subject matter experts in English, in science, math, and Hekasi or Makabayan. So each teacher did a demo on their particular subject matter for about 15 minutes. So we only had about 4 units of the laptops, and there were some kids who were invited to join the demo. The teachers, of course, had a difficult time initially implementing or using some of the activities, but we assured them that, hey, this is going to be a long process, and we would help you, we will handhold you in implementing the activities in the laptop. Now, for the last day, there was a awarding of certificate. Yes. All the 4 champion teachers, the Kid Tech Squad team, were given pins, and they knew that their responsibility was to help their classmates soon as the laptops arrive in their classroom. They would be like the help desk of their classmates. Now, after the awarding of certificates, do you see the boat over there, that small boat over there? Yes, okay. That was the ride that we had on the way back to Calatagan for 3.5 hours. And how many of you have ridden this kind of boat? This one, for 3.5 hours. Choppy afternoon waves. Okay, so you can just imagine how much human digested food was fed into the fishes, into the ocean. Okay, so it's like the feeling was like we're like in a washing machine, The only difference is that there was no soap, of course. So it was very choppy. The waves were very, very choppy. But then we survived. And that's one of the team members over there. She's visiting from San Francisco, and at that time, so she's all drenched. And we were telling the what do you call that person? The boatman. We told him, you should have told us that we could have come in swimsuit attire. All right. So after that training in April, come June, May to June, the period of May to June, eKindling started looking for or exploring some fiscal sponsorships and partnerships. And some various fundraising activities also happen in other parts of the world. I forgot to tell you that the team members come from US, from Australia, and some volunteers too from Canada and Australia, rather. So the highlight of these 2 months, I think that was in May, if I'm not mistaken, that 100 units of XO laptops were finally purchased. That was the highlight of the event. So by July, we decided to invite one of the volunteers from OLPC Australia to give a follow-up training to our teachers and to the support team, the entire support team. That's Kuya Mitch, they fondly call him. And one of those over there is one of the funders. Actually, she was the lead person in, or she spearheaded this project. Okay, so we had a picture taking once again. Now this one is another important event because that was the turnover of the deed of donation from Australia. So after the 100 units were purchased, the deed of donation was turned over to the mayor over there, the mayor of Lubang. Okay, pardon the blurry picture. Okay, moving on to the next picture. More funders were, rather, we met with the funders, the project funders over there. We had lunch, and then more fundraising activities happened in the US. Next picture. Okay, there was a meeting, and our dynamic team director over here is present. Okay, it's Ryan over there, and he had a meeting with some OLPC New York volunteers. Now, what happened during August, September? Again, more fundraising activities to make the project sustainable. So that happened in San Francisco, and I'm not sure if there was in New York. Okay, then move up. More meetings to look for more volunteers. And finally, can you zoom in on that, the bill of lading? Bill of lading. When we saw that, the proof of purchase of the 100 units, everyone was so excited. Everyone who was part of the project was so excited about this email. Okay? Finally, the laptops were bought and were ready to be shipped. So everybody was so excited, and we were all counting how many more months to go, because a lot of kids were asking about it. Some of the teachers were asking, when is it gonna come? Because our target implementation was June, and at that time it was already August. So everybody was waiting, and finally the laptops have arrived. But then, hold on, okay. But then it took us 2 months, okay? Come October, we had to wait for about 2 months. So August, September, October, that was the only time that the laptops were finally released from the captivity of the Bureau of Customs. So right away, but according to the mayor, he went through the legal process, and it just, there were so many requirements, so it took about 2 months. Okay. Now, so right after we got a call from the mayor, all right, the laptops are here, you can pick them up, so we could proceed with the testing and configuration. So if you can see over there, the testing and configuration happened at the National Computer Center. Again, this was another gratis from the NCC. They were so supportive about this project. And those are the UP Computer Science students. Thank you, Professor Feria, for allowing your students to help out in the project. All right, now I just want to focus on that testing and configuration because I'm not a technical person, okay? But this is where I think the passion comes in. The passion to do something that you're not really required to do, but you know you have to do. And even if you don't have the skills, you just have to learn it. Even if I was so scared about the computer, I mean the technical part of the computer, I had to learn it to get the work done. So in one day, unfortunately, the volunteers could only help in about 1.5 days. So the remaining 1 day, we were able to finish about half of the 100 units. So I guess, just like Mommy said, it's not difficult if you really have to do something. Okay, so October, after the testing and configuration, the laptops were finally delivered to the recipients in Lubang. The recipients, of course, are the grade 4 students. All right. Now, in November, finally, the happiest 1,440 minutes and counting happened. And that was just about 2 weeks ago. So we started with the parents' workshop. We had to remind the parents that this is how you will care for or help care for the use of the laptops with your kids. Now, I wasn't able to put in the picture of the happy smiles, and I would say that the smiles that, if you could only imagine the smiles from these 95 kids, there were only about total of 95 grade 4 kids, these 100-watt smiles could really light up one's Christmas tree. And I guess it is an early Christmas present for the kids. So we emphasize the sharing and collaboration of the kids with their neighbors who don't have any laptops, and with the family members too, and with the entire community. We told them that it's sharing, it's collaboration, and it's love. When you share, of course, that's love for your community. And